She just gave it to you with the whipping of the hair and all that all over the stage. Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertantonnyc, coming to you with your no frills, the voice commentary from a singer. I got a new attitude, yes, and a new haircut and new clothes. Well, I ain't got no new clothes, not really. But anyway, tonight the top 9 sing for the public vote, and one will be going home tomorrow night. Florida Georgia Line performs their new hit single, Holy, Holy, and Blake and Gwen will also premiere their new duet. We started out with TeamBlake performing Paxton Ingram did I Wanna Dance With Somebody by Whitney Houston. Blake told him in rehearsal to find a note he can hold out and to throw everything he has into it. He broke this song way down in the beginning and did it kind of acoustic like Mackenzie did on Idol, but this was more powerful and connected. He also started out slowly and then added some good tempo to it. I was feeling the emotion, I liked the swing of the music, but I was waiting for that big moment. And he came through pretty well with a big note before the second chorus, and then again with another big note, and a little later another big note at the end, another big note. This didn't have the thrust of the original, but it had a lot of heart and a nice key change. I really enjoyed it. Christina called it another great performance and said it was the most rejoiceful version of the song she's heard. Pharrell said he's finding himself. Adam called him one of the most infectious performers and said he found the sweet spot in his voice. TeamBlake next had Mary Sarah do My Church by Maren Morris, and in rehearsal Blake told her to be careful of certain parts, telling her that the bottom falls out and to be careful with the pitch. She had also come in with the guitar and he told her he wasn't crazy about it. So she left the guitar behind for this performance but was flanked by 2 guys with guitar and bass. She really seemed to feel these lyrics on a very personal level and was having fun telling the story. Loved her groove and her moves as she was singing this. Great expression with a very decent vocal. She even got in a little growl near the end. I was enjoying that. Pharrell told her she gained more freedom to emote without the guitar and he was caught up in watching her perform the song. Adam called it her best and said it felt like he was watching her do her own song. TeamXtina then had Nick Hagelin do Hold On, We're Going Home by Drake, and Christina told him to Brian McKnight it out and dance a little. And he wasn't sounding too great in rehearsal, so I was wondering how this would go, right? He played guitar and started out really nasal, which was sometimes okay, but it was irritating at times also. I thought he'd come off the stool when he put down the guitar, but he waited just a little while, and he really had a bad moment when the music cut out. His falsetto was hit or miss for me in this, and I wish he would have danced a little more. He's classically trained or something, so he did a little ballet or whatever, but he didn't really get into it. Just like one little turn and then he started back to walking. This was pretty bad in my opinion though. I'm so sorry to say. But and was Christina laughing at him when he ended? Watch the clip as it goes out. Anyway, Pharrell liked best when he went into his full chest voice. Adam thought it was really cool when he was dancing and seemed to be trying to choose his words carefully. TeamPharrell next had Hannah Houston do Say You Love Me by Jessie, Ware, and Pharrell tried to get her to relate to the song in rehearsal and told her to treat it like a courthouse and said she'd have to do some begging on it. So I'm really liking the more bluesy side of her performances. This started out simple with just Hannah scanning the audience and she was so emotional as she got into her higher range. Beautiful tone and she had great tenderness and pain. Loved when the chorus came in below her in black and she was elevated up top in white on the platform. She really just stood there and gave a powerfully emotional performance and an exceptional vocal. Blake said it was his personal favorite by her this season while saying she looked like a superstar. Christina also called it her favorite thing from Hannah and told her she could see her growth and her confidence. And if you could see my confidence, please make sure to thumb up the commentary and let me know that you are enjoying it and that you are here. Where are you people? Are you here? I thank you guys so much for joining me and I thank you for your thumbs. Florida Georgia Line next performed their new single Holy, Holy. I saw this video last week and I loved it. Great song. They sounded really good on this with a pretty simple staircase setup with colors and stuff. Great tight harmonies that sounded like they came from one person. They were so together. Do you like this song? Tell me down in the comments. I am really enjoying it. TeamAdam then had Shalyah fearing Doing a Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke, and Adam stopped her during rehearsal to sing some cues to her that he said the audience would be listening for. He also told her to take all her nerves and doubts and pour them into the song. So they let Shalyah's vocals start out this performance a cappella after a brief musical intro. Loved the full orchestra with all the strings behind her, and her voice held up well under this classic song. I like that she used more of her chest voice to give the sound some more weight, though she still sounded kind of young in the lower parts. Her raspy take on the bridge and falling to her knees showed where her voice is really headed. Lots of height and depth with grit and gravy to spare. I really enjoyed it. Once she got up in that soaring area, she just, oh my God, soars. She just soars. There you go. Blake called it unbelievable and great job. Christina loved the song choice and told her she needs to develop the low end of her voice, and told her that she was very authoritative on the high end and holding the gravel up there. TeamAdam next had Laith Al-Saadi doing We've Got Tonight by Bob Seger, and Laith played piano in rehearsal, and Adam advised the band on how to come in with the drum. No notes for Laith, calling it beautiful and perfect. Laith did just sit at the keyboard for this and had such a full rounded sound. He seemed a little unsure of the piano, and some of his energy went there. You know, he was trying to watch and make sure he hit the right chords and stuff like that, but he connected well with the lyrics in between. There was something about the history and the passion in his voice that just pulls me in. It was such a touching performance, and watching his girlfriend was even more touching. You know, she had me choked up and stuff. Pharrell called him classic rock and blues. Then Blake Shelton and Gwen Stefani performed their debut single, Go Ahead and Break My Heart, and Blake started this out on guitar, and Gwen snuck up on him looking lovingly into his eyes. They actually sounded good together on this, but I think Blake's mic was turned up higher than hers. It was so cute that Blake was mouthing her verse as she was singing. It was a little jarring hearing her vocal styling in her solo after his powerful, straightforward production, but it worked again during their singing together. Their harmonies were just really good. This one got a little uncomfortable for me though, you know, because they would look at each other and all, and I was like, oh, okay. And every time the video came and it was like looking up Blake's nose, I was like, that's kind of weird angle. I don't know. What did you think of this performance? Please tell me down in the comments. Next, we had TeamBlake with Adam Wakefield doing Love Has No Pride by Raitt, and Blake advised him to just sing with piano for the first half and then have the band come in later, and then asked about some places they could find for him to wail away. So on stage, Adam sat at the piano with fire behind him and a horn section at the ready. I really like the solid preacher sound of his vocal and the simple production. He has definitely found his lane, and this song fit him very well. He had just the right amount of church and blues happening, and this was giving me an Aretha Franklin vibe, you know, ain't no way, all of that. As he got into some of the wails and showed his grit, Pharrell was on his feet before Adam even finished, and Adam and Blake also stood for him. Christina said it was fiery and said she loves what he delivers, so soulful and so strong. She also said she had a dream about him last night. Oh, alright then. Team Christina then had Allison Porter do Crying by Aerosmith, and Christina suggested that she extend one part longer, but seemed to really love the whole performance as is. And I love the lights and production as this started out, and then everything dropped out for her just to emote all over the stage. This was sassy and confident with so much restrained power and sensual energy. I loved how Allison just showed the small and tender and then the more powerful sides of her vocal, and she even had some nice squalls in there. This was rocker chick extraordinaire. She just gave it to you with the whipping of the hair and all that all over the stage. I was like, go on and do your thing, baby. Pharrell congratulated her again and compared her to the band Heart. And in the Pimp Spy tonight, Brian Bautista did 1+1 by Beyonce, and he was killing this in rehearsal. Christina just wanted to work on the ending and sang it out for him. She also told him to not be too tender towards the end. So Brian's voice sounded sensual as he started this out, and he was setting the mood really well. This sounded great in his voice, and he made it his own. I couldn't even hear the original as he was performing. Great song choice and some very well executed falsetto notes throughout. He even got down on his knees to beg someone to love him. Maybe the audience, I don't know, but it was just great. Pharrell and Christina stood for him. Adam said he has the most impressive ability to sound effortless in his upper register and called it really beautiful. And that's it for the night. What did you think? Who was your favorite? Who do you think is going to be in the bottom two? Tomorrow night, one goes home. Adam Levine and Andy Samberg will be performing. Also, I think James Bay. That's all I got for you. This is Robert Anton, robertantonnyc.com. I'm out.